Hello, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages. This is the great and powerful Zilla, and yesterday I went on quite a tear, didn't I? Made that little 4-minute video, and I was very, very upset. I've been upset for a while. My logic is that if they're not going to listen to reason or facts, then maybe they'll listen to ranting and raving. That seems to work with the CV haters. But someone sent me an email. Thank you. Shout out to you. I will not mention your name because you did not give me permission yet. And they asked me, they pointed out that the games I showed on that 4-minute video were results of co-op battles. I said, okay, well, let's do a fair comparison. I'm going to take out the Audacious. I'm going to put the same ship in a random. Okay? So, while this game is going on, let's take a look at what I'm able to do and start looking at the plane's losses. They really start to tick up as the game progresses. Alright, so I fly out to this little cap over here. I think that's the A cap. And I'm just going to do some scouting around. And I'm going to prevent his rocket planes, because they got a midway on the other side. I'm going to prevent them from coming down and harassing our Fletcher. Alright, I think that's a Fletcher. Now, bear in mind that at this time, and I'm getting it fixed, but at this time I'm very ill, and I'm been designated legally blind. I don't think I am, but the doctors say I am. All right. I also have lag issues because reasons, right? Okay. Because satellite internet is so great. Anyway, I digress. I circle around. I do some scouting, and I'm kind of afraid to go in there because I believe there's a Conqueror there, and a Gross Kurfürst, and there's a Buffalo, and there's a DD over there. I'm not sure what that is. I can't see it on the screen right now. There he is. He popped up on my right. Y'all can see better than I can. All right, so I come in for a rocket attack on the Buffalo, and I have to launch off because of my internet, but I get 7 hits, so that's good. Good start, 4,800 damage in a co-op, but that's about all I'm going to get. Because if you look at my planes, they're disappearing. They've become magical, like unicorns. So I'm going to turn around, and we're going to take another shot at the Buffalo, I think. Coming in. No, that's not going to happen. And this glitch, Wargaming, please. This has been in since the TST. Will you please fix this? If your squadrons are in the attack, sometimes, not often, but sometimes, they'll all get shot down. Well, that happens often. But when they all get shot down and you're in the middle of an attack run, okay, where you've pressed the left mouse key and they're coming down, and they all get shot down, sometimes, but not often, it will automatically relaunch those planes from your carrier, which has happened here. You can tell by looking at the bottom of the screen again that there's no interface. It's gone. Okay? And it's kind of a waste. And this has been around since the TST. Instead of introducing French destroyers, would you please fix the problems that are in the game as it is right now? Please? This has been going on too long. You can fix this. Come on, guys. Anyway, I take this GIMP squadron, which can only steer with the WASD keys, and I make an aborted attack on a destroyer. Basically, when you're in this kind of mode with my handicaps, no, it's just not going to happen. So I'm turning them around. Of course, the AA doesn't care. The AA just comes up at you, and it starts to pick off your planes. I'm trying to make a run on this destroyer. I hear people say, well, destroyers get tortured. You look at my screen. Am I torturing that destroyer? Maybe by keeping them spotted, but that's about it. I couldn't do much of anything. Now I've got my interface back, and I can steer with the mouse again. And I've taken up torpedo planes. So we'll see what we can do with these guys. Right? Okay. And we're coming over. And again, most of your time is going to be spent going to and from your target. So while, let's say, a standard battleship has maybe a 26-second reload, maybe 22-second reload. So every 22 seconds you're putting rounds downrange, and if they hit, you're doing 10 to 20,000 damage on a good day, right? Okay, aircraft carriers, Not so much. Okay? Takes a while to get there. I'm talking about a minute or so between attacks. And if they hit, they do paltry damage. I'm going to demonstrate that right here. I'm going to drop down on a battleship. I'm trying to avoid these fighters. I'm accelerating past them. All right. I've got 4 planes left. I'm going to drop down on this ship. And I'm going to drop torps. Trying to anticipate which way he's going to turn. I believe he's going to turn to the right, which he does. So I drop the torps. They arm and they hit. Now, watch the damage. I got 4,800 right now, right? Okay. Watch the damage. Oh my god. I hit 3 torps and did 10,000 damage on a battleship, which is really paltry. And I lost all my planes. So for one strike, part of it was my fault. I blew through those fighters. For one strike, 3 torpedo hits, 10,000 damage. Really? That's just low. It's paltry. And remember, I'm a guy that played the RTS version. I played long ago long before this rework started. I've been through the TST with a bunch of other people. I've been through the PTR 1, PTR 2, PTR 3. And yeah. So I'm taking bombers out and coming back around. I like the bombers on the British carriers. But you can't afford to play them. So here I'm dropping bombs. I get 1 hit. Now see, that's where my lag took the bombs. Did you see how the bombs drifted there? Lag took them. So I'm going to come up on this. I believe it's an Azumo. And I say, why not? I'll just go for another strike and try and hit the Azumo. And I kind of speed up coming behind. Nope. Nope. They're gone. You see it for yourself. Okay, I'm not ranting and raving. I'm just look at the screen. You saw what happened against an Azumo. Not the greatest AA platform in the world, guys. The Azumo. My planes are rated at 74, I think, on the British carrier, the Audacious. You know, but according to these video YouTubers that have their channels out there, and I do enjoy them, and the Twitch guys, oh, AA's just fine. They need to keep going with this. This is great. If you're a carrier player, it's not so great, is it? I talked to a guy in a battle earlier today in co-op, and he's got his Lexington in there, and he's like he's trying to level up. I just told him, I said, don't go bankrupt on the way there, because he's going to lose money consistently every single game. You know, win or lose, he's going to consistently lose money on that Lexington. Okay? So, I'm going to go in for a bomb drop against a broadside battleship, which is a bad idea on any bomber. Well, actually, those are rockets. I stand corrected. But look, they all shattered. I did no damage. None. They all shattered, and they didn't start any fires. Okay, you roll the dice. You take your chances. RNG, right? I get it. Okay. All right, I'm fine. All right. So, we pull up these planes here, and they're torpedo bombers, and we're going out again. I seem to have better luck with torpedo bombers with my lag and eyesight than anything else. So I said, okay, what the heck? I'll just go out on torpedo bombers. But if you look at my inventory on my carrier, you will see that I am rapidly getting deplaned. And they're not regenerating fast enough to replace the losses, right? And remember, this video is also about the economy, because we wanted to compare the economy in randoms. How am I doing in randoms? If I do fairly well in randoms, how is the net profit in randoms? So I'll demonstrate that at the end of this game and compare it to some other things that I did on other ships. All right. But I'm going to drop down and I'm going to try and put torps into this ship. I believe that's the Conqueror. I can't see it. My apologies again. And I make a good drop. He starts turning in, which is what you're supposed to do. So smart player. Hat tip to the Conqueror player. Smart player. He's not sailing in a straight line. He is turning into those torps, even though they don't hardly do any damage at all. And Conqueror's got that super heal. Yeah. But this ship didn't get the memo, and he takes a couple torps. Boom, boom. See, when you launch them, even if you have lag, if you know where they're going to turn green, and when they turn green, they arm. So you'll see two white lines in the water, and then suddenly they'll have little green dots on them, right? And that means they're armed. So you want to launch far enough away so that they have time to arm. What that Conqueror did was he turned in to the torps before they armed. But of course they armed anyway, but he was out of the way, so it didn't hit him at all. So now I'm up to 24,235 damage, I think. Okay. And I'm going out again, and this time I'm taking bombers. Okay. I really do like the British bombers. Okay. And according to theory, British planes take fewer losses in battle because of the way the mechanics work on British planes. So I'm coming in, and again, this guy's broadside. He's not only broadside to me, he's broadside to those torpedoes. And if he's trying to turn out of them, sorry, buddy, you can't. There's just too much going against him. But hat tip to that Conqueror player. He did a fantastic job in this game. All right. So the teams are pretty evenly matched. We had a cap advantage, but they have a ship advantage. And we're rapidly losing that cap advantage. Remember what Jingle says. Never underestimate the ability of your team to grasp defeat from the jaws of victory, which is exactly what our team does here, in spite of some excellent gameplay on the part of some of our team members. So I drop, trying to account for the lag, and I actually get a couple of hits, which is pretty good. That's it. Game over. You get one pass. That's it, guys. Even if you hit the F key, it doesn't matter. They're going to get shot down by any ship tier 8 and above that has an anti-aircraft rating, even within, I'd say, 5 or 7 points of your aircraft rating. So if I'm rated at 74 and there's a ship rated at 69, odds are pretty darn good that on the recovery, my planes are all going to get shot out of the sky. Okay? That's just the way it is right now. So I'm coming in, I see a blob of 3, but more importantly, there's a Fletcher. And they're hunting me. I know they're hunting me. Look at their orientation on the map. So, trying to come in with rockets, no, my lag kind of messes up. So what I decide to do is, as I'm losing these things rapidly, this is in a full squadron, I'm going to circle around and around and around and try and provide my team with target information. I'm going to spot this destroyer and keep him spotted until my team has eliminated him. Okay? So I drop fighters over that destroyer. I've got one fighter left. There's no chance for me to turn around in time to take a shot at him. That's just not going to happen. And it gets shot down. But I did drop fighters for my team to take shots at the destroyer. Somebody is. But everybody's not. And they don't get them. Spoiler alert. So what I do is I start to move my carrier out of there pretty soon here. They know I'm behind the island. There is no escape. Once they've got you, they got you. And if you look at the minimap, you'll see his last known position, he was well within range to gun after me and get me down. So I take bombers out. I'm trying to anticipate his track. I drop, and no, lag took it. And you can see how the lag just took it and they drifted away. Plus, if I may mention this to Wargaming, you changed the laws of physics concerning bombs, and now they float down, and that's not really fair. I mean, you have basically eviscerated carriers as far as their ability to influence the course of a game, and I guess that was your goal, but you know what? I don't honestly know what your goal is with this anymore. It's just, I think part of it is, what do we do to shut these guys up, honestly? I mean, I really don't know. I just watched a video yesterday from iChase about his trip to St. Petersburg. He told us all about nothing. He wasn't allowed to tell us anything that's coming. So, as far as I know, there's no hope. There's just no hope. So, I'm up to 33,000 damage in this game, and here comes the feast, the sharks, and kudos to them. They broke through and they survived, and they deserve their moment of glory. So, they're going to take out my carrier. No big surprise there. Okay, and we end up losing this game. But my point is, look at my planes. They're getting shot down the moment they take off. And, you might say, well, they should. There's two destroyers there. They're two destroyers. One's a Fletcher. I grant you I don't have a full squadron, but at the same time, come on. Come on. So I get a couple of rocket hits. It really doesn't make any difference. They take me out. So let's take a look at the results of this battle. Okay, real quick. This is, again, a random battle. It is a defeat. Okay. And I'll let this run a little bit too long while I was recording. And I was taking screenshots of this stuff. And I recorded over it. Pardon me for the bad. I was bad. But anyway. What can I tell you? Okay, I fixed it, I think. So on a defeat, 204,855 credits. That's a lie. That is not what you made. Okay, I'll explain that in a minute. Lost 88 planes throughout the course of the battle. Okay, all right. Lost 88 planes. My net was negative 107,000 plus credits. Lost money. In a defeat, you expect to lose something, and I lost the carrier as well. But if we had won and I had survived, would I have made credits? No. That number is just too big. The disparity would be there. I would have lost, I don't know, maybe about 20,000 or so, on my carrier in that game. So again, it shows you 204,855 credits earned. Yeah, you did earn that. But that's not what you made out of the battle. What you made out of the battle was negative 107,000 plus. That's what you made. Okay? So make no mistake, it's kind of tricky, sneaky the way they do that. What they should do is put the net on that victory screen. Now earlier, I played a game on my Minotaur. Right? Okay? Played a game on the Minotaur. And this was co-op. And I made 100,000 credits. And I did like 40,000 damage. In co-op. Facepalm, right? You guys be good to each other. Have a great 4th of July. Talk to you later.